want to know which planet was causing your suffering? How about Earth?
Hey everyone, Brandflakes here, back with a new Grand Blue Fantasy Relink video. For today's video, I want to go on what's a hopefully short rant about all the issues I have with the game, as well as what I hope Cygames does. This video was going to be a bit more positive, but I've done like 5 retakes now, and I've ranted about this first point for 10 minutes, like all 5 times. So hopefully I don't do that this time, but if this is the cut that makes it through, I'm so sorry in advance. But anyways, let's just jump right into it. If you're curious about what I'm ranting about in each section, the timestamps will be below as always, and just click through it if you don't care about certain parts or if you want to skip ahead. I don't mind at all. I'm just here for entertainment, so if you guys just enjoy what you enjoy, then I don't mind. Just let me know like what you have problems with, what you liked, and all that in the comments. It'd be greatly appreciated. But anyways, cutting straight to the chase. First point I want to make, this is an attempt to make this video as short as possible. I need co-op to be rewarding. I need co-op to be rewarding, I need co-op to be difficult, and I need the game to kill, like, or to at least wipe out as much as it can, the power of low effort farming and low, like, yeah, no, it's low effort farming. So you can see for the first time in any of my videos, I have an AI team attached, and I hate the fact that I have an AI team attached. If you go to my save file, you'll notice that I'm at 162 hours, and you'll notice that honestly, I don't have any quests cleared for the amount of hours I play, just because I AFK a lot. Where's my thing? Here we go. You'll see that I'm at nearly 600 quest clears, but you'll notice that my honor level compared to my quest count is very low, and that's because my last like 4 days of gameplay has been purely AFK farming with AI, and I hate the fact that I feel like I've progressed significantly more in that time than I did while actively playing co-op. And so what's the issue with co-op? The issue with co-op is that, one, the bosses are incredibly boring. You don't see any mechanics. There's a reason why that my Soul 2 content videos on this channel have been solos, and that's because you actually see content when you do solos. You actually see mechanics, you engage with the boss, you have to respect things, you have to do DPS checks, and it's legitimately stressful to do solos when you're new to it, because there's actually stuff to do. When I go into a co-op in Proto Bahamut, like sometimes I think my 2 fails in my co-op card are from Proto Bahamut, but that's not because the content was hard. That's because someone AFK'd on a crystal and Proto Bahamut blew us all up. And then like the person that AFK'd the crystal AFK'd their critical bar, so we died. Like, that's not hard, that's just being griefed. And I don't want to go into co-op knowing that it's either going to be the same repetitive, okay, we're gonna 2-chain, both Piet A and Proto Bahamut, and then we're gonna watch a cutscene that no one cares about, and then we're gonna 2-chain it again, it's gonna die, right? That's all endgame content is in co-op. You just chain the boss twice and then it's dead. You don't see any mechanics, you don't see any interesting patterns, they are just dead. And just continue off that line, there's also no reason to do any of the older content there's no reason to do older content in co-op because you can just do an AI team, and even worse, a lot of that older content is completely made irrelevant by the existence of Slimepede, which is again such a low brain power. Like Slimepede, I hate the fact that prismatic slimes exist, and this might be a hot take, but I think prismatic slimes being in such an abundant spawn is the worst thing that Cygames has done to this game, outside of both how they handle curio drops and Siero's insane clicking requirement. So the reason why I hate prismatic slimes so much is because leveling up sigils and leveling up weapons, it feels like it should be a genuine investment. Like, I feel like I should work and strive to hit those investment points and like fully max out a character, whether it's for personal player AI. The fact that prismatic slimes exist and that I can spend an hour or even 2 hours farming prismatic slime, and then when the slime dies, I'll have 3 Damascus ingots and 5 azurites. And that's like a day's worth of farming, just completely done within that time. If I'm lucky, I'll get multiple prismatic slime drops, and I'll save an insane amount of time. And of course that's fine because people have lives and people have stuff to do, but Slimepede is so boring. Who enjoys Slimepede? I genuinely do not think a single person legitimately enjoys Slimepede unless they have an auto clicker on their Wigan or Rakam, and they just watch their like the clicker just click everything down because there's auto aim in this game. Like, it's so droll. I guess if you're trying to play like aim labs in Relink, it's fun on Wigan. But in Recall, you just stand there and he clicks everything for you. Like, why is the most boring content in the game by far the most rewarding? Same thing with AFKing. I can AFK the worst vacation. I can AFK Melting Pot of Hostility. I can almost AFK the Nilhilla bosses. And that is those rates are so good compared to me manually doing content with people. And I hate that. And if I actually play my character, it's even faster because I actually kill them in even less time. So I have like 5 more minutes of this rant that I could do, but I just want to end it here. Like, they just need to make co-op worthwhile. I want to go into co-op and queue with people and be like, that was a good run, and then also get good rewards from it. I don't want to go into co-op thinking, oh god, I just want to be out of here as soon as possible. Or alternatively, why did I join co-op? As a new player, as a player with less investment, co-op was fun-ish because I was still being carried by people with Terminus weapons, and like that would kind of determine whether or not it was good or not. But my early co-op days were actually interesting because I struggled. And I had to like fight for all my progression. I had to do the Terminus drop stuff, which was like a fun roulette. It was kind of annoying after a while, obviously, but it was fun when I got it, and like the relief I got was absolutely great. But like, now that I've got my Terminus, now that I've got my farm, now that I'm just like saves coming sigils and doing curio farm, the game's just so boring. I had more fun in Proto Bahamut Hell than I do right now, and that's crazy. Anyways, second thing, kind of going off that same thing, is I need Lucilius to literally beat me into the dirt where I belong, or else I will be so bored of this game within a week of release. So we all know how much of a joke Proto Bahamut was. You just need like a barely decent team with just I think like Stinger, like the crit weapons they call them, to kill a Proto Bahamut. And obviously, if you have all Stingers and you go into Proto Bahamut, the fight is actually kind of hard because you can't cheese it. Well, you can cheese it, and then that would make the content relevant as well, but that's a different story. But like, for quote-unquote fair characters going into Proto Bahamut with only Stinger weapons, it's probably an actual fight, right? You know all the mechanics, it's a clean kill. If you don't know the mechanics, it's really messy, you might fail. That's fun. I need Lucilius to be that, but permanently. I don't want Lucilius to be the type of boss that becomes an absolute total joke, right? If Lucilius as a boss doesn't have a difficulty that is extremely difficult, I'll be so sad. I don't even care if that last difficulty has no rewards. I just need content in this game that I can loop infinitely, or not even loop infinitely, like legitimately struggle with even if I have perfect gear. Like, I want to make content about this game with other people. I don't want to have to solo the game to feel like I have content worth posting on YouTube. And there's a few ways they can do that, right? They can make Lucilius whatever like actual gear he drops. They can make that gear like locked to the second highest difficulty so that, you know, everyone can get it. But then they just need the hardest difficulty to actually be hard. Give me a cosmetic. Give me like, I don't know, like 100 fortitude large crystals. Give me like an azurite every 10 runs. Give me something decent so I have an excuse to keep running it for fun. But like, I just need that boss to be hard so that I feel fulfilled in this game. Because right now, all these small optimizations that we have for all of our characters, they are completely meaningless unless you're hitting Sir Barreled, unless you're trying to solo bosses or like get a world record. But even world records are so meaningless in this game because like, we all know what the bugs are, and in general, like there's so many ways to cheese bosses that I don't even want to click on. I see a bunch of Vazaraga solos, right? No shame. I don't want to shame any of Vazaraga mains or like give them much credit. But when I watched one Vazaraga solo, and when I realized that they're just using Undying and tanking through everything and just like charging right click, and the quality of the run is quite literally, oh, do you know when to release a right click properly? Like that made me so sad because I feel like at least like Galonza and Magiel, I haven't bothered soloing because I feel like it's gonna be a pain, so I don't want to do it. But I feel like if someone were to perfectly kill those two characters, I would never know because every video that I've seen of Magiel and Galonza has been cheesed or has been just cheese. Like people will use like flight over fight and then max out Nimble Onslaught and then be invulnerable for 7 seconds and beat on them and then win that way. People will use Vazaraga, go invulnerable, kill them that way. People will do like all these sort of things. Like every time I see a Bahamut Versa video done in under 10 minutes, in my head, I already know that they cheese the boss somehow and one-shot it, right? Like, there's a point where you've soloed the bosses enough that you know what a fair character looks like when soloing them. And the fact that I can, like, kind of glance at a timer and know, oh, this boss has been cheesed, I don't care, kind of sucks to me because I want to be able to watch Relink videos and be like, oh, this is actually going to be interesting. I want to see how they approach this boss and how they solve these mechanics. Instead, I look at them and I'm like, oh, they didn't even do the mechanic. What? Like, they just skipped it. They just cheesed it. Like, I didn't see how they approached it. I didn't see how they did it. I saw them abuse a niche mechanic of the game and just clear it. So, obviously, the bosses have been released. Like, Galanza, Magiel, Piet A, Proto Bahamut. Those guys are kind of doomed. That's why I need Lucilius to be uncheesable. I need him to be difficult. I need to hate his guts when I see him because he's kicked my ass. But like in a good way, because he's actually challenging and rewarding to learn, right? So yeah. The final thing I want to talk about is going to be Siero. This is probably like my least hot take, but Siero needs to not be Siero. Like I love Siero. Like I love Siero. Her voice lines are so cute. The parrot. I know people would hate the parrot, but I love the parrot. Like hearing him scream "unbelievable" and "wonderful," like that is the only thing that gets me through this game when I'm opening those transmarvels and those transmutations. But the fact that those things are a click by click basis, I broke my self-imposed rule of not using a macro purely so I could get an auto clicker to click through that specifically. I don't use an auto clicker to like bot. I don't use an auto clicker to like make my attacks easier or like make my rotation smoother. I literally have an auto clicker to click through the 999 knickknack vouchers that Siero gives me. I have an auto clicker to click through like the 70 transmarvels that I have save scummed. Like it takes me a minute, like it takes a minute to click through 999 knickknack vouchers. That's a lot of stress on my hands, and my hands are old boomer arthritis. Like I'm pretty sure I have RSI or carpal tunnel because my hands flared up the other month, and that's the reason why I started this game to begin with. And for some reason, Relink was easier on my hands, but Siero is not. Like Psy Games, for the love of God, add a 10 time summon, add a better like filtering system, like do something about Siero so that I am not unironically at her stand for an hour, manually clicking one at a time. Like everything that is done at Siero, of course discounting like the people that macroed an insane amount and have like thousands upon thousands of sigils already. Like if I only have a few dozen sigils, like literally if I have 100 sigils and I go to Siero, my time at her should be like 5 minutes tops. If I have 100 sigils and I go to Siero, I am there for 45 minutes. Why? Why am I there for 45 minutes? Make it make sense. I think that's probably because I'm like saves coming and everything. But still, like I feel like I should not have to click manually every time to clear through all that. So obviously March 15 is coming up in 10 days. I'll be honest, I very highly doubt that the quality of life changes for like Siero and stuff will be in there. But that's why like all my kind of coins are in for Lucilius actually being difficult. But I'll try and hold on to the game until April because I feel like, if anything, April to May, like April or May rather, is probably a time where I'll either lose hope because there's nothing there, or side games will actually make the game feel rewarding to play. And again, like, I love this game. This game is great. I have never cared about a franchise that I previously did not give a shit about until this game came out. Like my friend has tried to get me into Grand Blue Fantasy for like nearly a decade or however long the game's been out. Like when the game first released, they tried getting me into it and they've been like poking me about it since. And this is the game that like has made me tempted to actually get into the browser game. I love the characters, I love the gameplay loop when I'm actually having a gameplay loop. The upgrade system is like pretty cool. The character customization, the skill expression is pretty cool. I just hope they make the game worthwhile to grind permanently. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the rant. I'm sorry again. It's like I do not know what to make content about at all. Like I don't want to solo Proto Bahamut. I feel like that could be cool, but I don't want to go to that pain because I'm sure it won't be hard, but I don't think anyone cares about Proto Bahamut. I don't want to solo the worms. The worms are like dragons are boring in my opinion. And then Magiel and Galanza, I could try like a flight or flightless / nimble onslaughtless solo, but that'd be a pain in my butt. That could be cool, I guess. Maybe I'll try that if Lucilius ends up being really easy. So we'll see. Anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying the game. I really hope you guys are with me on. Again, if you guys are new to the game, by the way, if you've made it this far and you're new to the game, keep playing. It's really fun if you're new. It's only boring when you're where I'm at, where you've invested like 60 hours into the game and you only care about one character and you're done investing. Like it's impressive that at the 60-hour mark is when your interest might start to wane. But if you care more, then you'll keep going. So again, I guess there's like one positive insight before I end the video. This game is great if you care to explore all the facets it has to offer. The game is just boring if you only want to play one character and you want to co-op, right? But yeah, that'll be all for this video. Sorry about the, I guess, the downer video. I will be making content for a different game called Duelist of Eden over the weekend because that is releasing on March 7th. And I've been waiting for that game to release for forever. So keep out for that if you care about it. Obviously, if you guys are here for Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, no pressure to watch that. It'd just be greatly appreciated if you did. But yeah, see you guys later. Have a good day or night wherever you are. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.